this is what I'm trying to decide. So, gentlemen, maybe you can help me. If someone said to you, you are in a car for 2 hours, and I'm stringing together the best of Andre 3000 or the best of the Mighty Mos Def, just their verses, nobody else, no, not the whole song, just them. Who are you picking for that 2 hours now?
That's tough. I mean, because I got to go into I love Andre 3000. I've grown to love him even more over the years as I've grown as a musician. But I do have a little bit of an East Coast bias because I enjoyed. Yeah, I'm from Baltimore, but Brooklyn. I enjoyed Black Star a little bit more most of the time, especially in my early hip hop development. So I probably would go Mos Def.
That's funky.
To answer that question, though, and this kind of speaks directly to my point of how I shifted slightly towards the Mos side, is that Dre playlist is going to be filled with so much of incomplete Outkast songs, where with the Mos playlist, you're going to get mostly complete songs because you have more Mos songs to choose from in terms of Mos as a soloist. So it's very close, but it's interesting that this is just as close or more close than our Talib Big Boy discussion.
That was very close, closer than I thought it would be. But over time, Big Boy's just improved to the point where I felt like it was a conversation that had to be had.
I don't even think that's a conversation. Clearly, Big Boy. I think it's the same thing with Talib. The same point I'm about to make with Andre 3000. Let's keep it 100. Early on in his career, some of us may have appreciated Andre, but everybody thought he was the corny on some of them Outkast songs. Let's keep it.
I didn't feel that way.
I just thought he dressed weird. But
yeah, but that's the Badu juice that's infected his brain.
I'm not saying us per se, because we're people who like hip hop.
Okay.
You know, we understood De La Soul, Funky. You know what I'm saying? We understood.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
What I'm saying is to the majority of the hip hop fan base,
the less street you are, the less credibility you have for most
Andre
people.
Was just not even a street aspect, because he was a Southern dude, so he didn't need to have that New York gangster rap feel or West Coast gangster rap feel, but he was just, what is he talking?
But the way we viewed him up here, they didn't even view Outkast.
We understood it, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but what I'm saying is a lot of people used to listen to it like, yo, what is he talking about? Do you understand what I'm saying? Not in the sense of, oh, Mighty Mos it was lyricism in a sense. They were like, yo, what is he talking about? You know, with the funky greens and you know what I'm saying? They're like, yo, what is he talking about, right?
He's telling the story from his region. I get it, but you know.
I got it. But
you know, he had a different level of uniqueness and eccentricness to it.
I thought he was fired from the beginning. Me and you, your mama and your cousin too.
But say I respect it.
Wait. He wasn't on that.
Wow.
Wow. That's Goody Mob.
It took a while.
That's Outkast, though.
That's Goody Mob. Wait. I'm confusing the two.
Go ahead, brother.
I'm just saying it took a while for people to appreciate
it. It did. They had to prove themselves. Yeah, it did.
No. People always like Big Boy. Let's keep it funky. Because he had an original Southern rap. We could feel that. You know, Andre was talking about Grandma Funky Fish Soup. And it was like,
I didn't feel, at what point did it flip? Because I felt like people always loved Andre, and Big Boy was kind of like they consider him to not be as good.
I think later I'm talking about in the beginning.
All right,
the Southern Playlist, Cadillac, that.
It was so much East Coast hip hop out at the time. I mean, I heard a couple of their singles, but I wasn't really a huge Outkast fan until like the early 2000s. I just overlooked those motherfuckers. I was definitely most of Talib.
Yeah, I never really watched BET coming up, but I went to my cousin's house and the video came on. And I was like, what is this? And they're like, oh, this is Southern people. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, yeah.
Wu-Tang is out. We need to hear it.
But by the time AT-Aliens came out, like, y'all was like, wow, this is amazing. But even then, I was still like in the Rap City top 10 every Saturday. They was like killing it. And I would still root for like the Nas or the Wu-Tang record because
that's the region we came from. So it's a little bit of a bias, but they definitely belong at the mountaintop. They're definitely unbelievable for sure.
I just think the point I was making was that it took a while for people to appreciate that about Andre. Andre was an acquired taste. Let's keep it funky.
I mean, people had to catch up for real. Like he was rhyming at a different level when it comes to like some of his concepts and the subject matter.
Most has a level of weirdness too. I mean, he did albums where he's trying to do a whole hip hop Marvin Gaye type of thing.
Yeah, but later records. It was okay. But that's what I'm saying. It was more, even his weirdness, because they're both weird.
Yeah.
Even his weirdness was more mainstream.
Yeah, more palatable.
He was doing movies. We saw most of the movies. So his weirdness, his artisticness was even more mainstream. So I think all three of us agree the Mighty Most wins that exchange.
It's
by
so
a little bit.
It's so close that it can fluctuate from one point or another.
A landslide.
But
I'm not saying it's a landslide kind of win. I'm just saying we were edging him.
I agree, but I don't feel good about it.
No, I think on a different day we might all go the other way.
It's not concrete one. It's not a concrete for sure.
No.
A new song could come out with a Dre verse on it tomorrow, and we'll be like, you know what?
Yeah. He could sweat. It's not like we're comparing like Kendrick Lamar and Soulja Boy or something like that.
Yeah, right. But, I mean, I think if you're in a New York subway and a Most Def record comes on, you're gonna feel that different than being.
But you're in New York. But if you're in Atlanta somewhere, the Most Def record comes on, so it's regional.
You in Georgia, you know what I'm saying, Bike Week or something. And then play Andre 3000. It's a different vibe, you know.
I mean, I think the biggest decider, as close as it is that, and part of it is a testament to Andre 3000, that someone who's the lion's share plus of his work comes from him being in a group. He's still so impressive as a lyricist that he's forced.
Some people consider him top 10. From just the feature bars, feature
without
verses.
ever technically having a solo hip hop record. So
unbelievable.
That just speaks to how dope he is. That he could force his way into the conversation as someone from a group. Where with most,
that's different.
But at the same time, because most have
hold up for a second, Leviathan. What are you saying, Omega? What's disrespectful?
Are you serious?
Understand, man. The greatest of all time. You cannot listen. You put time in it. Time. So that is a span of time. If you don't got no solo record, not one, you can't be in the conversation.
The fact that we're having the conversation.
Some people put him in the conversation because of that. As one of the greatest rhymers or lyricists, not necessarily hip hop artists, but some people say he just raps better.
Top 25 rappers of all time.
And you want to put Andre 3000 in it? Yeah, he's got to be in there.
Absolutely. Yes.
Absolutely.
Both of them, yeah.
Yeah. Both of them, yes.
Yeah. Do you both agree that they're the best of their groups?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Clearly. Mm-hmm.
That's all I have to say about this, because to be honest with you, I'm just not happy with having to go against either one, because I think both are just incredible MCs and some of the best artists we've ever heard in terms of their angles and approaches to MCing and songwriting. Mm-hmm. And both could do so much. Now, if you put in both of their talents in a pot and you added in acting, then it'd be Most Def by a landslide. Most Def by a landslide. This is acting.
Not that Dre hasn't acted, but yeah.
He's acting. He had that little movie that's forgettable. Most Def. Right. It's a character actor, method actor.
Forget about it.
The artistic level is different, man. The artistic level is different. So
rhyme for rhyme, bar for bar. Oh man, that's tough. Like, even if they were going to be in the cipher, Andre could come out on top. But
here today as what I was when I was born, a black man.
Your racism bounces off me, I'm bulletproof. Your prejudice gets deflected, I'm bulletproof. Your hatred can't penetrate me, I'm bulletproof. Our minds can't be shackled no more, nah, we know the truth.